All right. Good evening. I would like to call Monday, April 26th. April 26th. If someone does not have their mute on, could you please turn that on? I'm getting a lot of repeating audio. April 26th, 2021, City of Blue Springs Planning Commission meeting to order. At this time, I will have the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job.
That's okay. It's all right.
At this time, I'll ask Karen to take roll call.
Thank you, Chair. Planning Commissioner Lakeisha Veal.
Commissioner Lakeisha Veal, present.
Commissioner Byron Cradoff.
Commissioner Byron Cradoff here.
Commissioner Jacob Honeycutt is absent this evening. Planning Commissioner Lynn Banks.
Commissioner Banks, present.
Commissioner Ken Billups.
Commissioner Ken Billups, present.
Commissioner Mitchell Peel.
Commissioner Mitchell Peel, present.
Commissioner Travis Graham.
Commissioner Travis Graham, present.
Commissioner Susan Stokenberry.
Commissioner Susan Stokenberry, present.
Commissioner Tom Rohr.
Commissioner Rohr, present.
Commissioner Chair Ashley Hose.
Present. Commissioner
and,
Hose, present.
And Chair Sanderson is absent this evening. Ms. Hose, we also have Mike Mallon, Director of Community Development, Matt Wright, Assistant Director of Community Development, Adam Hilgedick, City Engineer, Jackie Summer, City Attorney, Kent Edmondson, Mayor Pro Tem, District 2, and myself with the applicants.
Okay, I will like to welcome Mayor Pro Tem to for 2021 council member from District 2. Tonight we have a pretty short agenda. We have the minutes, we have planned unit final plan and site plan design review PUDS-02-21-7671 Whataburger, and then master alternative sign plan ASP-03-21-7691, also Whataburger, and then we'll have other business and adjournment. So do I have a motion for the meeting minutes from April 12th, 2021? Yes, Commissioner Peel.
Thank you, Chair. I move that the minutes of April 12th for the Planning Commission be approved as submitted by staff.
Commissioner Banks?
I'll second that motion.
All right, at this time, we'll have a roll call vote.
Planning Commissioner Veal.
Planning Commissioner Veal, aye.
Commissioner Cradoff. Commissioner Cradoff.
Commissioner Cradoff, aye.
Commissioner Banks.
Oh, Commissioner Banks, aye.
Commissioner Billups.
Commissioner Billups, aye.
Commissioner Peel.
Commissioner Mitchell Peel, aye.
Commissioner Graham.
Commissioner Graham, aye.
Commissioner Stokenberry.
Commissioner Stokenberry, aye.
Commissioner Rohr.
Commissioner Rohr, aye.
And Vice Chair Hose.
Vice Chair Hose, aye.
Okay, motion carried unanimously.
All right. So the next items we have are the PUDS-02-21-7671 and the Master Alternative Sign Plan ASP-03-21-7691, and we will hear about those items together, I believe, from Matt Wright.
Yep, thank you, Chair Hose. Before you this evening, a request for a PUD final plan, site plan design review, and a master sign plan for Whataburger, which is proposed to be located at 905 Northwest 7 Highway, which is at the northwest corner of 7 Highway and Northwest South Outer Road. The subject property is zoned GB General Business with a PUD. It is part of the three-lot PUD approved in 1987 for the Blazer Center, which includes the previous Winstead's property that's proposed to be redeveloped for Whataburger, as well as the BP gas station and the former Denny's restaurant to the north. The first request is for a PUD final plan site plan design review for the Whataburger site, which includes a 3,200 square foot fast food single-story restaurant building with dual drive-through lanes along the north and west sides of the building. PUD concept plan was approved by the City Council last Monday, which does allow the PUD final plan to come before the Planning Commission this evening. This PUD final plan is in substantial compliance with the concept plan that was approved by the Planning Commission and City Council. There are no changes to the site layout or the building elevations, and the site does meet all UDC requirements with the exceptions of those modifications that were specifically approved by the PUD concept plan. And just as a reminder, those include reductions in the landscape buffers along 7 Highway and Northwest South Outer Road, an increase in the maximum number of parking spaces to accommodate 34 spaces on site, and then an elimination of setbacks for exterior lighting, provided that all lighting is located on private property and is not encroaching into the city right-of-way. The only additional modification that is proposed as part of the concept or the final plan is an alternative compliance landscape plan, which is allowed to be reviewed by the Planning Commission as part of a final plan. The site does meet the minimum number of plant units for the site. However, the site is short on the number of street trees. The reduction in street trees is created by the reduced buffers along both streets, but predominantly Northwest South Outer Road, where the reduction is generally a 6-foot buffer, and in some places is down to approximately a foot at the end of the drive-through. Based on that buffer width, there is not enough space there to accommodate street trees, and that is the purpose of the reduction. Staff does believe that the reduction is warranted due to those items, as well as the fact that all the areas where street trees can be accommodated have street trees, and the remaining areas are screened with hedging and or a landscape wall at the end of the drive-through. The second request before you this evening is for the master sign plan. The purpose of the sign plan is to review the proposed signage for the site, including the building mounted and ground mounted signage, some of which deviates from the sign code, or signage that requires specific approval by the Planning Commission. Other signage that meets the sign code will be reviewed and approved administratively. As part the site plan that's on the screen does highlight the specific signage that is included for review as part of this sign plan. The first request is for the menu board signage, which is defined as incidental ground mounted signage under our sign code, which does allow a maximum size of 40 square feet. Based on the size of the menu boards, they are requesting 46.66 square feet total. And there will be 2 of them because there are dual drive-throughs for this restaurant. Incidental ground mounted signs are also required to meet the building setback, which on the site plan is required to be a 25-foot setback along Northwest South Outer Road. However, again, due to the proximity of the drive-through lanes to the street right-of-way and the way that the menu boards fit within the drive-through lane, they are requesting a reduction of 21 feet from the property line along South Outer Road. The second item as part of this review is for a proposed pole sign, which would be located at the southeast corner of the site. The applicant is requesting the approval of a 35-foot tall pole sign, which may be requested for this site as it is located between I-70 and the frontage roads. Under the sign code, the pole sign setback is based on the height, which is 1 foot for every 1 foot of height for the sign, plus 2 feet. Therefore, a 35-foot pole sign would require a 37-foot setback. However, the applicant is proposing a reduction in that setback to 25 feet. The site plan that's provided with the sign plan, I think, is off just a little bit. I believe that this site plan actually provides a better representation of where that sign would be located. It would be about 35 feet off of the property line, or sorry, 25 feet off the property line. The reason why they don't have any space to push it any further into the site without it being over vehicle parking, which could create a potential issue with ice, snow, other elements where there could potentially be things falling onto vehicles from the pole sign. So that is the only place on the site where they could put it in a location that is still in green space that does not interfere with parking or access. So that is the reason for that request. Also, as part of the pole sign, they are requesting approval of a changeable copy cabinet incorporated into the pole sign. They've provided images that have also been included in the packet of several other Whataburger locations that have incorporated the changeable copy. However, staff does not recommend approval of the changeable copy for the reasons that have been outlined in the staff report. Those include the prohibition on changeable copy for commercial properties, which have been in place in both the current and past sign code, and the allowance of electronic reader boards, which accomplish the same purpose. Electronic reader boards are only permitted in as part of a monument or a pylon sign and not a pole sign. All other signage does meet the sign code as well as the design and construction standards as required under the sign code. Staff recommends approval of the PUD final plan and site plan with 4 conditions and approval of the master sign plan with 3 conditions. If the Planning Commission does determine that the changeable copy sign cabinet is appropriate at this location, condition number 2 in the master sign plan would need to be stricken, as that is one of staff's conditions that it would be removed from the pole sign. With that, I will stand for any questions.
Commissioner Peel.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Mr. Wright, I only have one question. On the most southern ingress egress, is there any potential of a car coming around once they've got their order, light penetrating from their headlights, or that will penetrate into 7 Highway at any aspect that would blind a driver?
It looks like based on where the ingress egress is and where they would be exiting the drive-through, they would be not going directly into 7 Highway. They would be coming at an angle. So it does not appear that that would be an issue in that situation. There's really no other remedy though for that, just based on where the access drive is. But it does look like the vehicles would be coming at an angle rather straight on into 7 Highway with traffic lights.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Anyone else? Would the applicant like to speak?
This is Kevin Drosen with MS Consultants. I'm the civil designer on the project. I think Matt gave a great summary of the project there. I really didn't have anything else to add. I know that the right-of-way work is also included with this project, so that median will be installed with the turn lane and the addition of that radius. But that was really everything that I had to add. Matt covered it pretty well.
All right, are there Any more questions from the commission, maybe for the applicant or for Matt? I'm not seeing any. Any further discussion from the commission? Nope. Okay. So we will vote on these separately. I will be abstaining due to some conflicts. All right. So the first one, we are going to do I believe it's a roll call vote, right? On the planned unit final plan and site plan design review, PUDS-02-21-7671 on Whataburger for the four conditions, sorry. Would anyone like to make a motion? Commissioner Peel.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I'd like to make a motion on the plan unit final plan and site plan design review, PUDS 02-21-7671 for Whataburger, with the four conditions be approved as submitted by staff.
Commissioner Banks.
Thank you, Chair. This is Commissioner Banks. I'd second Commissioner Peel's motion.
All right.
Okay. Now conduct a roll call. Planning Commissioner Byron Cradoff.
Commissioner Byron Cradoff, aye.
Commissioner Banks.
Commissioner Banks, aye.
Commissioner Billups.
Commissioner Billups, aye.
Commissioner Peel.
Commissioner Mitchell Peel, aye.
Commissioner Graham.
Commissioner Graham, aye.
Commissioner Stokenberry.
Commissioner Stokenberry, aye.
Commissioner Rohr.
Commissioner Rohr, aye.
Commissioner Beal.
Commissioner Lakeisha Veal, aye.
Vice Chair Hose.
Vice Chair abstain.
Okay. All right, that motion is carried with a vote of 8-1. 8 approve and 1 abstain. Sorry about that.
All right, up next we have the Master Alternative Sign Plan, ASP-03-21-9691, Whataburger, and Commissioner Peel.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I'd like to make a motion for the Master Alternative Sign Plan, ASP 03-21-7691, with the three conditions be approved as submitted by staff.
All right. Commissioner Banks again. You guys are on a roll tonight.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Banks, I will second that motion of Commissioner Peel.
Okay. Be a roll call. Planning Commissioner Ken Billups.
Commissioner Billups, aye.
Commissioner Peel.
Commissioner Mitchell Peel, aye.
Commissioner Graham.
Commissioner Graham, aye.
Commissioner Stokenberry.
Commissioner Stokenberry, aye.
Commissioner Rohr.
Aye.
Commissioner Veal.
Commissioner Lakeisha Veal, aye.
Commissioner Cradoff.
Commissioner Cradoff, aye.
Okay. And Commissioner Rohr, that was an aye for you, correct?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. And Vice Chair Hose.
Vice Chair Hose, abstain.
Okay, and that motion is carried.
All right, for other business, we will have a meeting May 10th. And I know staff has other business to talk about.
Yep, thank you, Chair Hose. Yes, we will have a meeting on Monday, May 10th. We do have a couple of items, including the last remaining applications for final plat and a utility easement vacation for the Whataburger site. Once those go through the process, that should be it for that redevelopment project. And then I'll turn it over to Director Mallon for some additional comments.
Thank you, Matt. Planning Commissioners, just wanted to let you know that the City Council has recently moved to the phase 3 of our reopening plans for, they just did this for the April 19th City Council meeting due to the new Jackson County Health Order that was effective April 9th. This phase moved the City Council meetings back to being almost an entirely in-person meeting. All applicants and presenters would appear in person, and the public can participate in person or continue via Teams. And so the staff that would be at the City Council meetings is only the necessary staff that is necessary to conduct and run the meetings. So with the City Council moving to that format, we wanted to poll the planning commissioners to see what the level of comfort is with the Planning Commission in moving to more of an in-person format versus an entirely Teams format, or moving to some sort of hybrid format in which planning commissioners and staff could be present in the City Council chambers appropriately socially distanced and wearing masks, and allow for applicants and presenters as well as the public to attend socially distanced and wearing masks, similar to how we did this over the summer. If you remember when the first COVID shutdown started in March of last year, we went all entirely to a Teams format, and then we switched to an in-person format sometime around May, and then that lasted until roughly October, November, and then which we had to switch back to an entirely Teams format. So we will be sending out an email to all of the planning commissioners with some questions, in essence, asking your comfort level. We don't want to put anybody on the spot tonight during tonight's meeting. So we'll be sending out a separate email to gauge your interest and desire to either continue as we are with the Teams format, or move to a hybrid format, or move to an in-person format. So please be on the lookout for that email coming soon. And I'm happy to answer any questions about that at this time, or please feel free to email me directly, or Karen or Matt. And that's all I had.
Okay.
Karen, I'm sorry, my internet must have gone down and right at the end of the meeting. Did you say anything about the public official liability training?
I have not, if you don't mind.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay, thank you.
Took me forever to reconnect. The law department usually conducts public official liability training for all boards, commissions, and city council once a year. Because of COVID, we didn't have it for the most part in 2020. We did some individual training, but not as groups. So this year we've decided to have 2 large group training sessions, and we ask the Planning Commission members to attend both of those. The first one is May 6th, and that is for all boards, commissions, and committees, and the City Council. It'll be general liability training covering sunshine law, meetings, how to conduct meetings, social media, conflicts of interest, and things like that. And it's at 6:30, scheduled from 6:30 to 8. Hopefully will not take that long, but it is at the Adams Point Conference Center in the big meeting room there. The second training session is May 27th, also at 6:30, also at Adams Point Conference Center. And that's for the Planning Commission, the City Council, and the Board of Adjustment. And it's going to deal specifically with public hearings, quasi-judicial process, and the legal aspects of that. Again, we're hoping it doesn't take the full hour and a half, but we ask that you attend both of those. If you haven't responded to the email invitation that you got, would you send me an email and let me know if you can or cannot attend either of those meetings? They will be presented for the most part by outside counsel from the Lauber municipal law firm, and I'll be helping with that, but we will have outside counsel there, so we would like to get everyone trained in these 2 sessions. So if you have any questions for me, let me know.
Thank you for that reminder. Do we have anything else in other business?
No, we do not.
All right. At this time, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Peel?
Thank you, Chair. I move that the April 26th Planning Commission meeting be adjourned.
And followed again by Commissioner Banks.
Thank you, Ms. Chair. I'll second that motion. And you did fine.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those
Aye.
opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Please hang up using the red phone icon and have a wonderful night.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Ashley.
Thank you.